I'm Dr. Leigh De Bruin. My company is Dragon Taming, which I know is a bit of an odd name, but my focus is on transforming individuals and organizations so that they can become their best and most powerful selves. And I do that by setting them free from any of their limitations and restrictions, creating a bigger purpose and expanded vision, and then really transforming the culture in order to achieve those objectives. For me, so I talk about an internal marketing strategy whereby the internal market is the employee market. And I believe in treating employees as internal customers and then having a strategy, like the same kind of strategies you would use to understand and research your customers' needs and satisfy their needs, a similar strategy for employees. And then when you put that strategy in place, it encompasses all the cultural elements. So I've created an internal marketing mix, which consists of 10 P's, like the marketing P's. They're the 10 internal P's. So it's the internal product, price, promotion, etc. But it's all these elements that come together as an interrelated system. They all influence one another. And when you get it right, all of these contribute to achieving high levels of employee satisfaction and well-being. And then when employees are happy and satisfied, they then go on to deliver value to the customer and create really powerful customer experiences. So the model really is the 10P framework, and then how we use those elements to create employee satisfaction. The other side is the Dragon Taming program, which is more focused on leadership. So that's really around transforming leaders so that they can step into their most powerful self, because at the end of the day, they're modeling the behavior that the organization is copying, and they set the tone for leadership. So they need to be their most powerful selves so that they can then inspire, develop, encourage, and really motivate the rest of the organization. I think the first thing is I have my purpose statement written out, and my goals, which I keep on my desk. So I refer to those every single day. I actually have a screensaver as well, that I've got images that I use, which also link me back to my purpose and my goals. So that really motivates me. And then every morning I get up at 5:30 in the morning and I meditate. And then I focus again on my intentions and the higher purpose that I'm trying to achieve. I think a few things. One is I'm a big believer that when you have a strong purpose and vision, you mapping to a powerful future. And then that keeps you excited. You've got something to look forward to. But if you don't have something to map to, that's where you can kind of fall back into fear, and then you can get trapped in past experiences, mistakes, etc. So for me, having a purpose and a vision that I can focus on every single day keeps me focused and mapping forward and to something exciting. And I think the meditation also keeps me calm and centered, because as you get really big and as you start to grow as an organization, you can take on too much, and then you become overwhelmed with everything that's going on. And I think it's really important to stay focused on your core competencies and your source of competitive advantage, which is all linked to that purpose. And then through that meditation, it keeps me focused and clear. So I know exactly what it is I'm saying yes to, and I know what it is I'm saying no to. And if I didn't have those in place, I think I'd get overwhelmed and lost. You know, when people are happy, they go on to create other happy people. I always say my mission is to elevate individuals and organizations in order to elevate communities, countries, and in turn the world. So I'll share a little story if that's okay. I always explain it this way, and I'll do it in reverse. So A couple of years ago, my son had quite serious separation anxiety. So he used to panic if I picked him up late from school. And the one day I needed to go to the bank. And I got to the bank really early, and it was before pickup, but I had to queue. And I was queuing at the bank for ages. And then eventually I got to see the customer consultant. And then they took ages to try sort out my problem. They weren't really helpful. Long story short, I was late in picking up my son. My issues hadn't resolved, and I was really frustrated. So I got to school, picked up my son. He was having a panic attack, took him home. He was really anxious. I needed to drop him and get to a client. So I dropped him, struggled to calm him down, and then I had to rush off. And when I rushed off, I'm now feeling really anxious. I'm feeling guilty. I'm really stressed because of everything that's happening with my son. Get to the client, but not in the right headspace. I don't have a good meeting with the client. So then I drive home. I'm berating myself because the meeting didn't go well. My husband comes home and he comes in and he's like, "How was your day?" And then I'm immediately like, "Ah!" So then my husband gets like all overwhelmed, and he gets like upset. He doesn't know what to do. His mom then calls him and he's like, "I can't talk now," and he slams down the phone. And that's that's what experiences with organizations does to us. So that's a bad experience, but it impacted my whole day and everyone around me. So if I'd had a really great experience with that bank, I would have picked up my son, I would have been in a good mood, I would have gone home in a good mood, my children would be happy, my husband would be happy, and then we create this happier world because we're all in a far happier, more balanced state. And then on the CSR side, in my own space, is I focus on funding and mentoring small businesses in disadvantaged communities. So I will provide the funding for these little businesses to grow and set up in some instances. And then with another friend of mine, we provide those mentoring services so that they can grow and expand and then build those communities.